Today I'm going to be stitching with you those Pansy flowers. Yesterday on my live stream we were stitching those two petals, and this is how my progress looks like. I stitched two more petals the same way like I did on my last live stream. And today I'm going to be continue stitching this flower, and I will stitch the bottom petal and the central part. So guys, if you want to join this stitch along, because this is a stitch along and I made 3 different embroidery designs for floral hearts, and this is the first one that we stitched already, and I have all the video tutorials available on my YouTube channel. And I made a hanging decoration with a backing with a felt, and this is how it looks like. So the pattern you can find on my Patreon Stitching Club, and the link is going to be in the video description below if you're watching on YouTube. So this is the first floral heart, and this is the second floral heart that we made. I already made all stitching instructions with color code and type of the stitch for every single element from this design. And this one is going to be framed in the hoop because I like how it looks in the hoop. And maybe I will make one more for the hanging. I have a cherry blossom tree in my studio and I'm hanging those floral hearts. You can see how it looks like in my short videos on YouTube and on Reels on Instagram if you didn't see it yet. So it looks really cute. So yeah, give me some likes, leave your comments, let me know how are you doing today, what are you doing today, like maybe you're stitching something, maybe you're just having a breakfast or lunch. Erin says that hi everyone, beautiful Nat, thank you so much. I'm tracing this design to start stitching today. Yay! Amazing! Let me know guys if you are stitching it too, and share your progress on Instagram, send me a direct message if you want, and I will share it on my stories. I already saw a lot of beautiful projects from my Stitching Club members, and this is all looks amazing. So for the bottom petal, I'm gonna use a combination of yellow and orange colors. Хтось питає, як це навчитися так вишивати. Ну, дивитесь багато відео, повторяєте за мною, берете, пробуєте мої шаблони, там повно різних інструкцій, я все розказую, все показую детально на моїх ілюстраціях. І пробуйте. Якщо у вас є досвід у вишивки хрестиком, то вона вам дасться дуже легко. Шкода, що ви не живете у Філадельфії. Я б з вами подружилась. We have in my stitching club a lot of people from different parts of the world, and we have a Discord chat where we can connect with each other, find the different stitching friends, and talk about embroidery, show our projects, and share our experience, and we help each other, and it's a really nice community, so I highly recommend you to join this community. You'll get access to a lot of different projects you can try and learn something, and yeah, I will be happy to see your progress and seeing your growing, like your skills growing from what you started. If you haven't seen my previous tutorial, it's okay. I will start. This petal will be like almost the same like those. So I will stitch it first, and then we will switch to the central part. I'm thinking, while I didn't start yet with the central part, I'm thinking if I should fill it with the satin stitch like I did for my previous pansies, or maybe I should use a bullion stitch, and it's gonna be like volumetric and it will give you like some more textures. Maybe I will try a bullion stitch first and I will see how it looks. and then from here I will see if I like it or not. So these are the pansies from my previous project, and as you can see, it was satin stitch here, and yeah. I have lots of patterns with pansies actually, so you can try. And there will be a link for my shop in the video description, so you can take a look on the patterns that I already have and maybe try to stitch those pansies. So I'm starting with 2 strands. So okay, I will share this color number with you later. It looks like the sticker that was here, it's disappeared somewhere. I cannot find it. So, but there will be a color number definitely in my color scheme, which I will share with my stitching club members. So, this is a yellow color from the scheme for this color scheme for this project, and I'm using 2 strands of floss. And I just took 1 strand, I put the threads together, and I will have a loop. So I will start stitching from the loop. Somebody's asking, do you sell those pretty scissors? Yeah, I just got them, and I didn't make a listing yet, but I can sell them. If you will message me directly, I will create a listing quickly for you so you can buy it. There will be on my Etsy shop soon, but I just didn't have time to create a listing. You know, you need to make a photos and everything. It's too complicated. Like I didn't have time yet, but yeah, I have them for sale. So let me know. So I will start to making outline. I don't do the outline in this place because there will be stitches like they go in this direction, so it doesn't make sense. So I like to start somewhere here, and then I will go all the way on the outline until this point. And I'm using the same color that I'm gonna use for the long and short filling. And this is important because last time I forgot and I used a slightly different color. I already showed my previous projects with pansies on my previous live stream, so you can take a look on my YouTube channel in the live streams section. There will be a previous video from yesterday's, and you can see my projects. So for the outline I use split stitch, and as I already said, it's very important to make this outline because I want to make petals for these pansy flowers sharp, like I want to have a sharp edge for those petals. So this is one of my secret tips for the perfect edges. As you can see here, I already did this outline for those petals as well, but they are hidden under the long and short shading. If you feel confident that you can make sharp edges for your long and short shading, so you don't need to do that, but this outline will add you a little bit of more volume for those petals as well. If you want to get even more volume, you can use more threads, and it will give you more volume this way. Mm. And from here I continue stitching with my thread, which I already have. It's 2 strands of floss, and I will fill this area with long and short stitch now. So I usually like to mark my stitches direction with my gel pen. And first, what I do first is I just make long stitches just to mark stitches direction for myself, like, because I want to make sure that I'm following the right stitch direction, and those stitches actually will help me. And as you can see, I put my needle outside of the outline, really close to this outline, and I'm not splitting this outline. I put it outside of outline, and this outline is going to be hidden under my stitches as a result. О, привіт, Катерино! О, Ігор, привіт! Як справи? Чудово, бачиш, я вишиваю. Гарний сьогодні сонячний день. Give me some likes, guys, so more people will see this live stream. Канада нічого на місці, все тут добре. Гарна погода, у нас тут багато снігу. Ми сьогодні поїдемо на водоспад, замерзший водоспад. Я ще не їздила на водоспад замерзший, буде, не прикольно. Але треба дуже тепло одягатися, бо тут мороз. Дуже холодно. Hi, we see somebody from Mexico. Так, тут дуже багато водоспадів в різних місцях, і ми їздимо їх дивимося. Що влітку, що взимку. Yeah, Katrina, waterfall. Are you at work right now, or you have a day off? Так, обов'язково сфотографую. У нас дуже багато тут людей з України. Привіт. Дуже акуратна робота. Дякую. А, Катерина має зараз обід. Приємного апетиту. Що ти там їсиш таке смачненьке, розказуй. Oh, we have somebody from India. Thank you so much. Beautiful stitching. Thank you. So now, as you can see, I started filling the gaps between those straight stitches, and I'm using long and short technique. Oh, we have somebody from Poland. It's so nice. Like, today's live stream is It's amazing. Like more people from countries that never visited my live stream before. Started a new thread. Oh, you have salad with salmon and tomato. It sounds yummy. Oh, today my patron, Christina, she's started stitching this project, and she told me that actually this Pansy flower is like how did she say like related to love, like pure love is translated as pure love or something like this from Portuguese, and I never know it. I didn't realize when I was creating this flower for the floral heart, and it sounds like a perfect flower for Valentine's Day, and it's amazing to know. We have people from Brazil. Thank you so much for coming. I love Brazilian style of embroidery. Do you do this style of embroidery? I actually tried it last summer and I have a project, one project yet with Brazilian embroidery. And it was so interesting to make all those stitches. I really love it, like how volumetric it can be. Need to run, have fun, oh, and have a sunny days. Thanks, Kate, for coming. I would be happy to go with you to the frozen waterfalls today, but unfortunately you are working on Sundays, so yeah, it's not possible. Maybe someday on Saturday or Friday. So I'm doing this pretty much quickly, but um, in case you didn't see my previous video tutorial, um, I like to come up from the central part of the flower somewhere, or close to the upper edge, but I don't go until the uh, edge from here. I just come up somewhere in the center on the top part, and this trick actually can help you to follow the right stitch direction as well. You can lay down your thread like this, and then put your needle outside of the outline and make sure that this stitch direction is right, and then make a stitch. So it also can help. Basically all the stitches they should go into the direction from the center of the flower. They go towards the center of the flower, like as you can see here and here. All the stitches they go towards to the center of the flower, and that's how you can make the petal look realistic and more natural. And for all the rest petals I followed the same rule, like for the stitches direction. So this is how you can guide yourself if you are stitching it with me. And I think this Pansy flower is perfect flower for trying long and short shading if you never tried it before, because it's like it's quite simple flower in terms of the logic that I use like right now. So I highly recommend you to try it out, and you will be impressed with the results that you'll have. Hi Valeria, have a question. Hi Nat, love your work. Um, I've been watching your YouTube videos. Love all your projects. Thank you so much. It's so nice to know, actually, because if you will stay quiet, I will never know it. So I really need your feedback because sometimes I don't know if I'm doing something that you actually like or need. I want my videos to be useful and interesting for you guys. But without your feedback, I feel very unconfident in what I'm doing, if you know what I mean. So please leave your comments, give likes every time you see my videos if you really like them. So I will know it, and maybe YouTube algorithm and Instagram algorithm will um, understand it and show this to more people, actually. Kelly says, "Oh my God, I'm late to watching. I will watch from the start on YouTube." Yeah, this video is going to be on YouTube. It will be available um, for your for you anytime. Um, you can watch it anytime you want. Okay, one more thread. I'll start, and we'll start blending this color with another color. I already saw the finished project, like with this design from my patron, Melanie, and she already finished stitching it before I even started it. Yeah, because this pattern was available for all the patrons starting in the January. So if you guys confident in this, you can go ahead and stitch all the rest and don't wait for me to stitch it. But if you are learning and stitching with me, so yeah, you have time. I will leave you 2 more days so you can catch up and stitch this flower, and the next live stream I will do on Wednesday, and we will continue stitching. And she actually was stitching from the um, reference photo. She used a reference photo from the real Pansy flower, and the result is just stunning. I will show this on Discord, and later I will post it on Instagram stories as well, because the result is just stunning. And she was actually afraid to start, it was a little bit intimidating for her because she forgot how to stitch pansies, but um, probably her hands, they remember the technique, and everything was looking really gorgeous. I was so impressed with the results, actually, and so proud of her that she got to this level. Okay, maybe one more stitch here. And yeah, so the yellow part is done, and I'm switching to the orange color, and this is the color that I'm gonna use. Erin says, I'd love to see Melanie's finished Pansy project. Yeah, I will share it today on Discord. Because it's gorgeous. And she promised me, so she will make like photo session for this project that she finished. And yeah, I will make a post on Instagram with only her works because they are all stunning. So I'm using only one strand of floss right now. And I will start blending the colors. I will start like I will come up in the center first, and I will make long stitches. Will kind of mark the stitches direction for myself. And I actually go deep into the previous color. As you may notice, I go deep almost until the edge, but I don't go over the edge. I'm just close to the edge. So don't be afraid to go far into the previous color. You shouldn't like go like until this point, because this place is it's for color blending. You'll see how it's gonna look like. So actually I go farther. Like this. And I return to this part. I'll do the same here. As you can see, I use my thread as a guideline, like this. I place it, I lay it down, and then I make a stitch. The stitch direction should stay the same as you started for the previous colors, so the color blending will be done perfectly. So now I will be making long and short stitches between those long stitches, and they will be slightly shorter. So it will create blending effect. So now I will be doing shorter stitches, and I will go deep, still deep into the color, but slightly shorter than my previous stitches. Just 1 or 2 millimeters shorter. And I also make even shorter stitches between all of the rest stitches that are here, like this short, to fill the space between them. So I need to fill all the rest space between all those stitches and cover everything in this area. So most of the stitches here are going to be shorter, and I will be making a longer stitch between those, the most longest stitches. So this is how I can explain the technique that I'm doing right now. I use it for Pansy's flowers, especially because it's like the most comfortable and simple way to do long and short shading this way. The flower itself can give you a slightly cartoonish look, but I think it's still looking nice and pretty much realistic. Next time I will be stitching Pansy's flowers, I'm going to be showing you the technique how to stitch based on the reference photo of the real Pansy flower. I took a lot of photos during the summer, so I already have some album with Pansy flowers and many other flowers that I would like to stitch. If you don't have such photos that you took yourself, you can go to the Pinterest and find some photos there. I know before it was a good place to get some references, but right now it looks like it's filled with AI generated photos as well. So I'm not sure that you'll find the real photo of the Pansy flower, but it's better to take those photos yourself. I'm sure you have a lot of photos of real flowers in your gallery, so use them as a reference. And when I go into my previous color, I kind of splitting my previous stitches. I can go between them, I can go and split them, so it doesn't really matter how you do this. Both ways are great because I also do it like sometimes I'm splitting, sometimes I'm going between the stitches. You can also do like this way to make sure that you follow the right stitch direction. You can put your needle down, move it between the stitches, and then place it where you want to place it, depending on how long you want to make your stitch. So this way you can also make sure that you are following the right stitch direction. If you ever wanted to learn hand embroidery, I would like to invite you into my stitching club on Patreon, as there is actually the option how where you can join for free, and you will be notified about my new embroidery videos on YouTube, so you will not miss them. Sometimes YouTube doesn't show you notification when I go live, so I definitely recommend you to subscribe on Patreon as a free member as well. So you will be just simply notified about my YouTube videos. And yeah, you will be notified if I'm posting something new, like embroidery patterns, instructions, stuff like that. And right now I'm running a special offer on Patreon, and I can give you a 50% discount for your first month or year on Patreon as a paid member. So if it's something interesting for you, I would highly recommend to use this offer this month. Leah says, "This is horrible. All this AI, and I'm not fan of it." Yes, I'm sure it's confusing because you see on the picture and AI is getting better and better and this, and you're not sure if it's a real picture of the real flower because when I'm stitching, I want to make sure that I'm stitching this flower correctly, like it's a real flower because the AI can mess up and can show this flower in a different way, and it's not like it looks in the nature, so it's like confusing for me because I don't want to see that. I I want to have a picture of the real flower actually, but I cannot find it because most of the pictures are just AI and I cannot filter. So as there is no filters like to hide the AI pictures or something like that, but it should be done by such platforms because it's makes not possible to find something that you are looking for, right? Especially on Etsy, mm, it's really confusing and discouraging for me because most my listings they are not visible on Etsy anymore because when I'm looking for some embroidery pattern, everything I see is AI generated patterns, and they are really cheap. They look like a real embroideries, but I actually can see if it's AI generated or not because I have a lot of experience. But um, beginners or people which have just a little experience in hand embroideries, they cannot recognize it and they consider them as a real embroidery patterns and they decide to buy them. Oh, I have a lot of to say about AI. I subbed yesterday on Patreon and I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Kelly, for joining. I'm really excited to see you there and to have you there. And it's a really, I'm really grateful for your support because this is literally something that keeps me creating and keeps me makes it possible for me to make a living as an artist and continue creating beautiful art for you guys. I have so many people getting a screenshot of crochet and asking me to make it for them, but it's AI, it's so bad and it's really getting out of hand. Yeah, it's I don't know how to explain them, but because it's not real. You need to have a lot of experience in embroidery actually to replicate it in reality, because lots of stitches that it displays, it's not real. They cannot be laying like the thread cannot behave like this, actually. And yeah, I can talk about it endless. So let's focus on this embroidery for a while. And um, so my plan is maybe I'll use this. No, 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 it's not good. So I need some light, a really light yellow color. I will probably add one more color for this project. Yeah, will use this color for the central part, and I need a really juicy orange color for the bottom part. Yeah. Okay, so this color will be for the bullion stitch, and let me take a look on my previous projects and see how I did it for the pansies. Yeah, so this is for bullion stitch, and I can actually use this orange. It's too orange probably. Let me choose the color. This is too bright. I will probably go with this one. There is no label. But there is actually somewhere the color for this. Okay, so yeah, it actually should be this one. So it can be this orange and this one in the center, and then this. So I'll switch to 2 strands of floss right now. So for beginners, when they find such projects, as I understand, they download it, but they have like very stupid and instructions, limited instructions actually. Those AI patterns, they have just the minimum instructions, and they look wrong because they are made by AI, and people who don't understand what is hand embroidery is actually, they just want to earn money. So basically it looks like they give you like wrong names of the stitches basically, and you like look in these instructions, you don't understand what to do, and people just end up guessing what it should be, or if they have some experience, or if they don't have any experience, they just stitch it with random stitches with from their head, uh, which I already saw, and it looks messy. And some of them, they go to Facebook groups and they ask for suggestions for help, and so I often see such posts, and they are asking for help, like, oh, which kind of stitch should I use here? I don't understand which stitch was used here. But we reply and we say like it wasn't used here, it's not real embroidery. Actually, you are looking at the AI generated embroidery. It wasn't actually stitched by human. So we are trying to explain to those people the fact that it's not real embroidery, and there is no, if the instructions are not correct, and you should find some real embroidery artists who makes a really great instructions and video tutorials, so you will understand what you are doing and you learn some actually techniques. Yeah, the same is suffering is for crocheting. I never tried crochet patterns, but I did crochet long time ago. So yeah, and when I'm looking for some videos, some helpful videos on YouTube, how to recognize like AI generated patterns, there are just a little of bit of videos about this topic, but most of them are about how to create AI generated patterns and how to make money from AI generated patterns. And there is a lot of videos about this, and yeah, this is where it's coming from. People just want to earn money. But and they don't care what we are thinking about those patterns actually. They just don't care. They want to earn money and that's it. But we are suffering. Yeah. We buy those patterns and they are useless actually. Hi Christina. Beautiful people. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday everyone. Mm. We are talking about AI generated patterns. So if you have some experience with this, guys, please let me know. I'm really interesting to hear from you. And I'm actually writing a script for my own video about this topic. I want to escalate this problem, and I want you to help you guys also how to find real embroidery patterns, and I will share like everything I know about it, and I think it's a responsibility of every embroidery artist to educate their audience about this problem and help them to find a real embroidery patterns and how to identify AI and avoid buying any AI embroidery patterns. Some customers send me an AI crochet stuff like clothes and ask to crochet them. Yeah, this is actually offensive. I'm still so new to embroidery and hadn't even realized that there would be the same issues with AI, but it makes so much sense when I think about it, Kelly says. It makes sense, and I can explain how it makes our life worse as an artist. Uh, they make a bunch of patterns during one day, but I'm working on my projects for a month sometimes to create one high quality embroidery pattern like this. So they just flooded Etsy with their listings, and my listings are not visible anymore. One of the problems. Another problem is that they put a really cheap price for their patterns, and they so comparing to those prices, my patterns they look too much expensive, and people don't buy it. And yes, a lot of problems, which makes my life makes me like it makes harder for me to sell my own embroidery patterns, which are actually made with love and care about the stitcher and all the effort that I put into my parents. It's just disappointing, the situation. Yeah. And I also see a lot of posts on Facebook with AI generated patterns, and people admire them and say, oh, wow, this is such a beautiful work. Gives those posts a lot of likes, like thousands of likes, thousands of comments. Admire this work, and nobody see my own posts with my own embroideries, which are actually real comparing to this one. And it's like disappointing, discouraging me. Mm, Kelly says it's made mine worse, and I was saying with crochet, when I look for any kind of patterns, I will always look at the reviews and if customers have made them with pictures. Um, yeah, they even have reviews with real embroideries made by their customers because their customers didn't even realize that it was AI generated pattern, and they embroidered it anyways. They embroidered it somehow, and they will post pictures with finished embroideries on their for their shops. So they just don't realize that it was AI generated pattern and why it's so bad. Um, Using those patterns actually they don't understand the customers, they don't understand. So that's why it's important for us to bring awareness, and share like educational information for them, so they know that this is a real problem and this is unacceptable, and how to avoid it and how to support the artists, the real humans who are actually creating. That's all. So yeah. So as you saw, what I did, like I made an outline for each section, and I made the outline on the bottom, and I filled this section first, and then I made outline for the bottom part, and then I was filling this part with orange color, with a dark orange, like juicy orange color, and then I'm switching to the lightest color, which is this one, and I'm gonna make, I will try to make a bullion stitch for those two parts. And this bright light yellow color will stand out from everything, and it will look like a real Pansy flower now. So I will probably use 3 strands of floss to make this bullion stitch volumetric and stand out and big enough. So I'm separating my threads one by one. So we have 3 strands, and I will switch to the bigger needle because I need a bigger needle, a bigger eye, to be able to thread those 3 strands of floss. The bullion stitch is a very interesting stitch actually. I have a video about this on YouTube channel. This is really detailed video, and I explain you step by step how to do that. I will try to explain the same way here in this video. Um, let me. I'm not sure that I remember how to do that. Sometimes when you stitch, when you use the stitch, not very often you can forget. But I hope I didn't forget. So I need to come up here. I need to come up here, and then I come up here and I go, oh yeah, actually I need a longer needle, so I will switch the needle. I highly recommend you to have some longer needles. Let me show you my needles. So this is the needle that I'm going to use right now. It's John James milliner needles. They are really good for French knots and bullion stitches. They are longer, so you can make more wraps, and they have a smaller eye. So, and the size of this eye is the same as the size of the needle itself. So it's easy to go with the threaded through this needle through the multiple wraps like we do for French knots or bullion stitch. So I will use the medium size of this needle for 3 strands of floss. Okay, so I came up here and I go down here, and I need to come up at the same time using the same needle, this in the place where I came up in the beginning. Like, let me try it maybe a little bit closer. Yeah, I'm helping myself with the finger. I push the thread to the top, so I'm able to go up with the needle at the same time on this side. So now I need to push, like, keep this needle this way, and I'm wrapping my needle multiple times. 3, 4, 5, 6, let me see, 2 more times. 7, 8, let's see if it's going to be enough to fill this space, so you can just see, like, visually measure with your eyes if it's enough wraps to fill this distance. So I see that 8 wraps is going to be enough. So now I need to keep my threads with those wraps with my fingers here, and I need to go through this way. And this is what we get. It's Bullion stitch. Now I need to go down in this place where my thread is, and this stitch is going to be complete. So this is the Bullion stitch. It comes from the Brazilian kind of style of embroidery. If you know Brazilian embroidery, so they use this stitch a lot. Your color choices are always so perfect. They give you so much dimensions to your designs. Yeah, I just like bright colors. And I like purple and pink, that's why I choose those colors for my flower. Yeah, that looks like such a fun stitch. So let's start again. I will come up here. I put my needle down here. And also I need to come up. It's actually not comfortable to stitch with the hoop stand, so I will take out the hoop stand for this stitch. So it's basically, it should be done without the hoop stand because it's not really comfortable. Sorry for the noise. So now I will be doing like I actually do it in a real life. Sorry, it's all the threads that I was using today. So yeah, I put my needle, like, where is this? Okay, I'm here. Everything should be visible. So I put my needle down here, and I need to come up in the same place where I started my thread. See? And now I take my needle using one hand and do wraps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I made 8 wraps. Let's see. One more. And now I move them down this way. I try to not tight it too much because it's going to be really hard to go through this needle. So they should be like a little bit loose, not too tight, and I keep those wraps with my fingers and another hand I use to go through with needle and thread until the almost the end. I keep those wraps with my hand, with my fingers, so they like they don't undo. um, and this one turned out much better. And I go back to the same place. And this is the bullion stitch. I really love how this flower turned out. We need to make a little bit more details and it's gonna be finished. Um, Somebody's asking, do you mind to show your packet of needles? Stunning. I can show those needles one more time. So this is John James Millionaires. John James Millionaires, different sizes. And I use different size of the needle depending on different amount of threads that I'm using. So for 3 or 4 strands of floss, the medium size of the needle is good. For 2 strands or 1 strand is this one, and for 6 strands is the biggest needle. So they are longer than the regular embroidery threads. They have sharp point and it's really comfortable to do Brazilian stitches with those needles. I will show you the projects. I have one project that I made with Brazilian kind of technique. I will show you now. So I have this project from the last summer, and I have a embroidery pattern available on my Etsy shop and on Patreon as well. If you will join my stitching club on Patreon, you will get access to this project as well. So this is the project that we made. This is a Brazilian style of embroidery. We used bullion stitch, we used cast on stitch for the petals. Those are volumetric petals that we used like long needles for, and those leaves we used for the leaves we used fishbone stitch, and this teeny flower buds are made with bullion stitches. Those are French knots. And this is a really nice project to learn Brazilian style of embroidery. And it's a small project you can experience with multicolored threads as well. It will make your leaves and petals look realistic and beautiful and volumetric. So I highly recommend you to try this project if you want to learn this technique. I already have all the instructions and video tutorials included into my PDF pattern, so yeah, follow the link in the video description and you will find it. Let's continue stitching this Pansy flower. We can talk a little bit until while I'm finishing the threads, because I have a lot of threads here I didn't finish, so and they're messing around. I will need to finish at least some of them so it's not interfere with my stitches. Oh my god, this is incredible. Thank you so much. Nice cast on stitches. Yeah, thank you. Let me know where you learned to stitch so beautiful. I am self-taught. I'm just looking for embroidery video tutorials online and learning from this, and then once I learn something new, I share it with my stitcher friends and I make video tutorials and try my hand in some other new techniques. I'm just self-taught. My grandma, she was embroidering a lot, so like she was like an example for me to follow, so it came like naturally for me, and I really enjoy it. Okay. I will leave those for later. I will put this needle back because I will not need it anymore. Just see, I literally needed those needles for those 2 stitches, and that's it. I will put my project into the hoop stand back, and I'm gonna use black embroidery floss. Okay, I need to find it. And I will need only 1 strand. I will just add a little bit more details. As you can see, here we have black embroidery thread. I make those teeny strokes for the Pansy flowers so they look more realistic. This is another project with Pansies. You can find this PDF pattern and on my shop or on Patreon and stitch it too. I also have videos for this one. And there is this one more option like this. I really love pencils like in blue colors and purple as well. I will not be able to see those messages from you guys after the live stream. So if you want me something to send you, some links, some information, just message me directly and I will reply because I will not see your messages from the chat after this live stream ends. So I will not be able to contact you because I will not know. So yeah, let's continue and we will finish this flower today. So I'm gonna use black embroidery threads, just 1 strand of floss. It's number 310 if you use DMC, and I will need only 1 strand, just one. If you don't want to use black, you can go with some really dark purple. You can go with this one. I don't know, but it can give you some interesting result like this one. I don't know, maybe blue, like dark blue. You can try this one. I prefer black. And I will return to the small needle, a regular embroidery needle. Erin says your pencils are perfection. Thank you so much, but actually you can learn this technique yourself. You can see, I will send you the picture from the member of my stitching club, Melanie, and she actually learned from me and she actually did her pansies even more beautiful than I do. So she like overcome the teacher, or how to say, перевершила всього свого вчителя. Тобто моя учениця, вона вишила оці квіти набагато краще за мене. Я поділюся фотографією в моїй сторіс. Okay, so I'm just making the stitches. Sorry, there is some fur from my assistant. She was helping me to embroider this in the morning. And I make those stitches. It will like create an effect of the wrinkles on the petals. You can use some probably not so dark color, maybe this one. I don't know, I never tried, but maybe this one would be better for wrinkles. I usually use black because it gives you a lot more contrast. Like this. Long stitches first, and then I do shorter stitches between them. Let me know, guys, if you like those wrinkles effect. If you want, you can leave it as it is. If you don't want to make them, it's like up to you. It's not necessary, but I like to add such details for my pansies. And now I make like shorter stitches between them. Tatiana Podoksik. Nat, thank you for teaching us. You're welcome. And I feel like I need to make one more here, just a short one. Like this. And the same way I will do for the other side. So how does it look so far, guys? Do you like those details, or you will skip it for your project? This is the final touch. Okay, so you guys say looks perfect and natural. Love the added detail. Uh, it looks real, very good eye, so beautiful and natural. Love them, beautiful. It makes them look so real. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that you like it because from my point of view, it makes them really even more realistic. But yeah, um, the perfect case is when you are using the real Pansy flower as a reference, and it will give you an idea what to do. Like first, like base layers with color transitions, and then if it has such black wrinkles, black strokes, so you add them as a final touch. Sometimes they have white strokes as well. So yeah, for the bottom petal, I like to do like those wrinkles separately for each side. So I start from one side like this, and here you can make them even longer. Let me try to make one longer like this. And here in the center, I like to make them like they go into different directions, like here. I will make just a short stitch in the middle and then continue making longer ones like this. Becky says each strand gives so much dimension. Yep. The same with like with drawing. When you add more shadows, darker elements, darker details, it will make colors deeper and it will add more dimensions and it will make it look more realistic. A few shorter stitches. Okay, and it's done. How do you guys like it so far? I think it's perfect. So I will go ahead and I will stitch this flower as well, using the same method that I used for this flower, and I will go live on Wednesday and I will see you later and we will be stitching this teeny flower bud. Thank you so much for joining this live stream, for chatting with me, for your support, your feedback. It's very, very important for me. So it makes me motivating to make more embroidery designs like this, to make more video tutorials like this for you guys. If you have any questions for something during this watching this video, please leave me a comment on YouTube, or I will leave this video recording on Instagram for a while, but I will remove it from Instagram eventually. So you will need to go to my YouTube channel to watch it later anytime you want. So definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me as Embroidery Art by Nat. and join my stitching along. This is a stitching along if you missed the first part of the video, and you can stitch it with me. You can get the videos, the link to the pattern in the video description below on YouTube, and yeah, stitch with me a lot of beautiful embroidery patterns. Thank you so much. Thank you, Erin, Tatiana, Christina, everyone who commented me with me today. Kelly, Becky. Becky said that she joined my Patreon. Thank you so much for joining. Leah, thank you so much for chatting with me. Everyone, I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much. See you later. Have fun. Have a nice Sunday.